we was all talking about it. Like, that's what it was. Because Nipsey was really the face of the 60s. Like, it don't matter how nobody put it. And even with Big U doing that, it's still going to continue to be that. And that go back to what Ma was saying, like, it's one of them laws. It's the don't outshine your master or some shit like that. And I felt that because niggas really do be jealous and they really will kill you because you're doing something. That nigga Big Easy, and I don't care what nobody say. And then the cold part about it, the same day, I think it was, or like the day after Nipsey died or something. It was something like way too close. This nigga shaking hands with Hoovers and shit. Like, dude, you know that don't look right, my nigga. You know it don't look right. There to me, I feel like was that nigga signing to social media saying, yeah, nigga, I did that.
What's up, YouTube? Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button and that notification bell. And make sure you share my videos. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you press like. And make sure you comment. Okay? Make sure you hit that notification bell too so you can keep getting these videos when they drop. Now look. I know y'all heard that recording, and I know some of y'all probably wondering who that is, you know, and it seems that nobody likes Big U's ass, you know. When his name is brought up or mentioned in a conversation, you can see people's faces. You can witness people cringing and their faces frown up, you know. I done been in conversations with people over the phone, in person. I done watch videos, and you know, I done observe everyone's behavior and how they respond to when you bring up Big U's name, and it's a big dislike for him, you know. I get it totally though, because I myself believe that he has played a major role in Nipsey's untimely death. But here's the question, people. Here's the question I want to pose to y'all that keeps plaguing my mind, you know. How can we connect Big U to Nipsey? You know, we all know that they was connected through music and being from the same set, you know, both of them from Rolling 60s. And we can even say that the altercation that happened between Big U and Nip when Black Sam shot in the air connects them as well, you know. But my thing is we need to work on obtaining some type of information that will connect Big U, Shitty Cuz, and Nip together. Because, you know, I know it's there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want y'all to take this the wrong way or get it wrong. Like I'm saying, connect them in a way to where, like, if Big U didn't have nothing to do with this or Shitty didn't have nothing to do with this. That's not the case. That's not the case here, you know. I believe everybody, including myself, have been overlooking and overthinking the entire situation up to now, you know. Believe me, it didn't take 1,000 people to kill Nip. So everybody need to stop focusing on every single person that they believe is involved. You know, everything that you hear, you know, every time you turn around, somebody implicating somebody and putting them in the mix. And it didn't take that. It didn't take that many people to kill Nip. You know, we gotta stay focused. We gotta stay focused, you know. I'm not saying eliminate everybody because it's possible that anyone can be involved, you know. So I'm not saying that, you know. Just don't do it to the point you become confused and left with 1,000,001 questions, you know. Don't get to that point, you know. And while I mention that, I want to mention this too, because someone asked me, like, why come Black Sam didn't get in an ambulance with his brother? Now, the only logical explanation I could come up with is either Black Sam wasn't there or Black Sam left before they came, which would bring me to ask this question. If he was there, why wouldn't he get in the ambulance with his brother? You know, why wouldn't he stay there? You know, and I can't really answer that because I don't know if he was there or not. I know the grandma said he ran out the house and everything, and I do believe him when he say he was there and he spoke with his bro. But it's a lot of questions that still linger, and you know, some of them just seem like they can't be answered or they won't be answered, you know? I believe, I believe what I believe, just like the next person will believe what they believe. And with that, if you feel, Nip was killed in a barber shop or a store or even at the Fat Burger, then you all should start making videos where it starts at those places and leave the 40-second video that they gave us alone, because you're not being correct, You're not in the correct place with it. What I mean by that is, don't worry about the 40-second clip video. If you believe Nip was killed in the barbershop, then you need to start making videos and focus on that barbershop. If you believe he was killed inside of his store, you need to focus on that and that alone and put all your energy into that, because a lot of y'all confusing people, and that's not cool, A lot of y'all confusing people, and that's not cool, However, I do believe the 40-second video, I believe it. Although my main thing is focusing on the days leading up to Nip's death and who was around, who was around him. That's what we need to figure out. That's where I'm at with it right now. If anybody want to know, I'm focusing on what was Nip doing prior to his death, weeks before that, days before that. Who was he with? What was his mental state? What was he going through? Who was around him? And somebody knows, I need to inform everybody right now that it wasn't unusual or out of character for Nip to be up at his place of business. It wasn't out of character for him to be up there that day, unless someone can come forward and tell us they were with Nip prior to him being killed, and he got an urgent call from someone saying he needed to be at the store urgently. Other than that, he wasn't out of character. That's where he worked there. I mean, he owned that, so he been going up there for years, so it wouldn't be out of place, And I already heard all the stories that he was called 30 minutes prior by his baby mama, Tanisha. That doesn't prove anything to me unless I actually hear an actual conversation between her and somebody else saying that, yeah, Nip up at the shop right now. Go kill him, go get him, or relay this message to somebody else or whatever, But it's not unusual for her to call him at any time for the simple reason she has a child with him. She probably called him sometimes and the conversation was fucked up, and she probably called him sometimes and the conversation wasn't fucked up. Who knows? That's his child's mother. So, she was probably calling him all the time, so it's not out of character for her to have called him 30 minutes prior before him getting killed, And if he was being watched, like we all know he was, then that phone call theory is debunked anyway, because no one needs his whereabouts if they are if they following them, If you being followed, you don't need to call somebody and have them report to where his whereabouts is. That would be, that defeats the purpose, And though I'm focusing real heavy on whom he was with and what he was doing days prior to him being killed, as this will shed all the light on this killing, It's always somebody close too, and somebody they just haven't came forward or spoken. I don't really count on nobody doing that, not unless they do it secretly. And if you out there listening, do it secretly. We could put it together like that too. Do it secretly. You don't have to tell nobody who you are. You don't have to tell the police or nobody. If you in fear, if you really want to help and you love Nip and you want to come forward, you could do it secretly, And we need to look into any guy named, it was some dude, a white dude or something like that named Blaze Carafello or something like that. We need to look into that dude. Blaze Carafello. His name is spelled Blaise, last name Caraffello, Okay. So, I don't really have too much information on him yet, though I will look into him in a sec, but I don't have nothing on him solid anyway. Another thing that has stuck out to me and thousands of other people is the footage. I had to go back and view a few things and read a few things, and Officer Timmermans of the LAPD, who collected video footage from the Master Burger, said with his own mouth that there was only one camera relevant to this case, and that was the one at Master Burgers. Now, why wouldn't the camera footage of Nipsey being killed be relevant? You know, it can't be because of its blurriness and not being able to see, because this officer is part of a unit within the LAPD who specializes in video surveillance, and they are equipped with years of experience and equipment to alter video footage and make it very clear. So they can't say that, you know. Also, that footage of Nipsey being killed had to be put out by the LAPD. And this I know because LAPD Detective John Jameson mentioned in his testimony about starting the video for the prosecution at 14:11 p.m., which is the same exact time on the video that TMZ put out. In fact, that version of the killing was put out so fast that I'm wondering as how, how in the hell could the LAPD have examined it thoroughly with 26 other camera footages that they needed to examine? How could they put that out? And how could that officer say that only the one at Master Burger, only the camera at Master Burgers was relevant out of all those other cameras? How could he say that? That's crazy, And don't forget the detective that collected the footage from the Shell station, which would be the killing footage, stated that he went to the Shell station first out of going to the closest store, which would be the Marathon store. I mean, that's the only logical thing to do. That's where Nip was killed. Why not go there and get the footage? He stated that he went to the Shell station first, Again, I'll say it again. They manipulated the footage, gave us what they wanted, gave us what they wanted us to have. Okay. Now, another thing I wanted to mention was this. I spoke with the captain of the fire station 57. Those are the ones who allegedly took Nip to the hospital when they put him in the ambulance from station 57, And that was a very interesting convo, Very, very interesting. Anyhow, I believe we need to start, we just need to start over, peoples, and begin interviewing some of these fire and ambulance officials, right along with a few of the LAPD detectives, and focus on Big U, Kerry Lathan, his nephew Shermy, Shitty Cuz, and Nipsey's whereabouts a week leading up to his death. Believe me, I'm on the right track here. And I don't want to hear that scare shit about how they talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that scare shit about, oh no, they don't want to talk to me, or I couldn't reach them. I don't want to hear that, because there's still a lot of unanswered questions out there, and I know they can assist us with the answers. And if you truly pushing for justice for Nipsey, then it shouldn't be a problem unless you scared. And if so, start doing food or beauty cream videos. This life ain't for you. Last but not least, peoples, go research shootings and killings similar to Nip's. Go research them. Go research all over the world and see if the scenarios is the same, because oftentimes the exact same crimes will occur almost identical. I mean, in the way the store was set up, you know what I'm saying, to the people involved, the way the killing happened. I mean, everything, the exact day, everything will match up, and it's not a coincidence. You have to remember, people are creatures of habit, meaning they'll repeat the same things over because they're comfortable with that, because they, and especially with policemen, because they get away with shit a lot of the times. But anyway, I just want to bring this video to y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you press like. Hit that like button and that notification bell so you can keep getting these videos when they drop. And make sure you share my videos with everybody. Peace.